So now I'm going to show you how to actually use the Chili Hunter software to export items that are hot selling products into your eBay store. And this is very important part of the process, especially when you have a smaller store. You need to make sure that the items are selling well before you upload those in there. So my process, what I typically do, I go over to Amazon, or you can use these as well, but we're just going to go over to Amazon so I can show you how to do this. So we're going to start by typing in a random product here. So the product we're going to use for this one, lamps. Alright, so now what I want to do is find one with a lot of reviews. So here's one that fits our category of lots of reviews, and we're going to be able to find lots of eBay sellers using this one. So you're going to go up in the link and copy the ASIN. That's the ASIN right there. Or you can go down to the bottom here, and it should be here as well. You can see ASIN, additional information. And you're going to copy that ASIN, and you're going to go to a reverse SPY lookup. I typically like to do, actually for this purpose, let's do 1,000 to 10,000. So now what this reverse search is going to do is it's going to show us all of the sellers on eBay that are selling this particular item. Okay, so now we have our results here. As you can see, these are all the sellers that are selling this particular ASIN over on eBay. And what I will usually do is I will filter or sort them by ranking. And as you can see, we have some decent sized sellers that are selling this item. And sometimes you get some weird ones like, okay, no, these are all the same. Sometimes you get someone selling a different item. They're just using they're using the wrong UPC code on the item, and so Chili Hunter's not able to pick up the correct item. Anyway, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these sellers and you're going to copy them. I mean, what I would normally do is I would take all the sellers and put them in an Excel spreadsheet. But let's just open up a new tab for this. So now that I'm at the market research tab, what I'm going to do is use this SPY tab here, and I'm going to input the person's username and list it in United States, and I'm going to click submit. So now what this is going to do is it's going to give us all of the person's items in their stores, and we're going to be able to put some filters on there that are going to allow us to see the ones that we want to list to our stores as well. So one thing I will say, the bigger the store, the longer this is going to take to synchronize the Amazon data. So if you don't have a lot of time on your hands, just go ahead and scan smaller stores with less feedback and less items, and you'll be able to get the items quicker. So at first glance, it looks like they don't have a lot of products for us to be able to snipe from them, because if you look at this, then you can tell that it's giving you a negative profit. So this person is probably tax exempt and taking a very small margin on the front end, which is also why they have a really high sell-through rate. I will say one thing, we do have our break-even point set up maybe a little bit too high. So what you can do is you can go to your profile and you can change the break-even point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change this break-even point to lower than 18%, and the reason for that is eBay only charges 9.15% final value fee, and PayPal charges 2.9% plus a 30-cent transaction fee. So altogether, I'm going to say we're around 13% for our break even. Let's just go to our next seller and see if we have better luck with them, and we'll also try a smaller seller this time. The smaller sellers are usually have higher margins. Let's go back to market research. It was good though, I was able to show you someone who you probably don't want to snipe from because they have such low margins. So now you can see we have this seller up, and we are going to look through his items, and hopefully he has some more profitable items for us. So the first thing we want to do is we want to filter out the Vero items. We want to filter out so we're only seeing Amazon Prime items. And we want to see things that we can at least make 25 cents on. Alright, and also I want to see products that have a minimum number of sales of 3 in the past 30 days. So that leaves us with this product and this product. So we were only able to find 2 products from this particular seller. This one might not be Prime. That's why it's not showing up as Prime on the logo, but it's kind of interesting because I've filtered out Prime. But yeah, if it says Prime here, then it's Prime. But we got 2 items that we're gonna upload, and as you can see, you know, this can be a very long process, but if you have small limits, this is the best way to do it. So you're just going to keep on going through and keep on sniping these sellers. So what you're going to do is you're going to just keep going to market research, keep grabbing sellers, keep repeating this process, and eventually you're going to have enough items in your export items section here. So to export these items, all you're going to have to do is click this export to SaleFreaks account button right here. Now, as you can see, I have some items in here that were already put in here before I did this video. So what I can do now, if I want to, I can go in and I can change the item title to optimize the title with more keywords to get rid of things that don't really matter, you know, like this, and really just, you know, build out a good selling title. It's important on Chili Hunter too, you want to make sure that you are using the correct title with the correct items. So for example, I just pulled this up by clicking this I button right here, and it pulled the listing up, and now we can go to here and see, okay, it is a master flow. Alright, so you just want to make sure the brand is correct and all of that before you upload it into your store. And you can also see the Amazon title here, so you can match up and make sure, you know, it's the correct thing, correct model, whatever. If you want to, you can pull up the Amazon title and go to Amazon and just check and make sure it's the right model number, all of that stuff right here. So that is a tip on how to avoid, you know, issues with selling an item that is not as described. Things like that. You really just want to make sure that you're catching it right here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export all of these items to my SaleFreaks account.